Hey, what is up guys, it is Technology Hell back here. Welcome back to another episode of PC Setup Wars. PC Setup Wars is a series where you submit your setup to us and we feature it on our channel. If you are also interested in participating in this setup wars, make sure to check the first link down in the description box where all details and instructions are given clearly. So without wasting much time, let the PC Setup Wars begin. So let's start the show with our first participant, who is Aayuqut Dubey, a 17 years old student come graphics designer from the city Rewa from Madhya Pradesh. But before getting into the setup wars, I want to tell you, if you want some sort of graphic stuff designed for yourself, for example a logo, a poster, wallpaper or anything like that, you can just contact Aayuqut Dubey, as he is capable of making high quality images and all other graphic stuff. All contact details there in the description. With the first look, you can see the setup has been built in a compact location. Still everything is very neat and tidy, but the background wall is not looking good, and that's the only reason why I think he has placed the plywood to get a clean look behind the monitor. I guess covering up the wall with a clean sheet of paper will give an even better look. Still, the cables have been managed properly all over the setup. Moving on to his peripherals, he is using a monitor from AOC which is 15 inches in size. The mouse is Logitech G102, keyboard is from Zebronics, headset is from Eyeball, and the microphone is the inbuilt headset mic, and the desk is a pre-built one. While his PC consists of an Pentium G2010 with stock cooler and integrated graphics, 6GB of RAM, motherboard from Zebronics with the chipset H31, 320GB hard disk drive, a 450 watt power supply from Zebronics, and a case from Frontech. As a suggestion, I would like him to replace the background wall and remove that plywood and cover the wall with something clean. It can either be a big sheet of cloth or a big sheet of paper. And that's it. With that, your setup will look even better. And try to cover up all the wires which are routing from the bottom of your table. Try to tie them up as a single wire. Anyways, Aayuqut Dubey, thanks for participating. Moving on to our next participant, we have Kaushal, who is a 16 years old student from Uttar Pradesh. He has tried his best to maintain symmetry in his setup by placing two speakers on each side of the monitor, and his monitor is actually quite attractive as it is giving the old accent with a square resolution with the ratio 4:3. Moving on to his peripherals, he is using a monitor from HCL which is 17 inches in size. Mouse and keyboards are from the Zebronics Transformer combo. Headset is from Frontech. Speakers are Genko 5.1 surround home theaters, and the desk is a standard one. Moving on to his specifications, he is running an AMD Ryzen 5 2400G with 8GB of DDR4 RAM and integrated graphics, that is Vega 11. He is using MSI B450 motherboard with 1TB of Western Digital hard drive and a 650 watt power supply from Corsair, and the cabinet is my personal favorite, Corsair Carbide. For suggestions, I would recommend you to get yourself a good graphics card, either GTX 1050 Ti or 1650 Super. And your setup is looking good, but you can install RGB lights on the back side and make it look even better. With these improvements, your setup will perform better and even look better. Anyways, Kaushal, thanks for participating. Let's move on to our next participant, who is Pranjal Kishore, a 17 years old student who is running on a laptop based setup. I think two people sit here and play together most of the time. As you can see, there are two laptops placed on the setup. Honestly speaking, these stickers on the laptop is not at all looking good. I strongly recommend you to take them off, either with the help of petrol or some nail polish remover. Anyways, the setup is quite neat and tidy and well maintained. The use of wireless mouse has reduced the amount of wires created on the setup, but still there are some wires due to the headphones which cannot be cleared off. Having a look at his peripherals, he is using the laptop's display which is a 15.6 inch Full HD anti-glare screen. Mouse is from Labcare, the keyboard is the laptop's inbuilt keyboard, and the headset is Eyeball Lithomania 5 which has the inbuilt microphone. Taking hold of the specifications of the laptop, he is using an i5 9th generation with 12GB of RAM and integrated graphics, that is Radeon 7 with 1TB of hard drive and a 120GB SSD. At last, I would like to say that the setup is really good and well maintained, clean, neat and tidy. But if possible, consider installing RGB strips on the top of your table which will give you a nice look. Anyways, Pranjal, thanks for participating. Moving on to our next participant, we have SK Firoj, who is a 19 years old content creator from West Bengal. With the first look on his setup, you can declare that he has worked really hard in making his PC look good. You can see the installation of the RGB strips, maintenance of all the peripherals, cable management and all other stuff. He has given his full level best and tried to make his setup look as good as possible. He has taken off the side panel from his cabinet and installed RGB strips. Most probably the reason is just because his panel was not transparent and he wanted to give his PC a gaming look. Though it is looking good, but it is not recommended to keep your cabinet open all the time. I recommend you to check the video description and there is a link which I have provided where you can go and see how can you convert your old CPU panel into a transparent panel, after which you can have your RGB visible while your CPU will be closed with the panel. It will look good and even look better than what it is looking right now. Moving on to his peripherals, he is using an 18.5-inch monitor from AOC. The mouse is Logitech MK120, keyboard is from Logitech, headset is from Motorola, which is the model Pulse 3, and the table is a wooden table with a plastic table on the side where he has placed the CPU and the UPS. While his PC is running on an Intel Core 2 Quad Q8400, 8GB of RAM and a GTX 750 Ti. The motherboard is from Zebronics, chipset G41, CPU cooler is Antec A30 with a storage from Seagate 1TB, and the power supply is Cooler Master MWE 450 watts with a cabinet from Frontech. As a suggestion, get yourself a transparent side panel or at least put up a sheet of glass and do a little bit of cable management, and with that your setup will look even better. No specification upgrades are required for you, and that's it. Anyways, SK Firoj, thanks for participating. Let's move on to our fifth and last participant for this episode, who is Vishal Singh, who is a 30 years old fashion designer and a part-time gamer from Kerala. He is running on a laptop based setup which is not at all less than a desktop setup. As you can see, he has worked quite well and made his setup look actually good. The location of his neon lights, the position of his wall art, placement of his headphone, earphones and all other peripherals is looking actually good, and as a result his setup is looking dope. Taking a look at his bunch of peripherals, his screen is 15.6-inch Full HD IPS display. He is using two mice, one is Logitech G102 and the other is Logitech M235 wireless. The keyboard is from Razer, the model is Sanosa. The headset is HyperX Cloud with a Sennheiser CX180 earphone and a JBL N100 wireless with a basic desk. Moving up to his specifications, he is using a Dell laptop with an i5 7th Gen processor, 16GB of RAM and an Nvidia GTX 940 MX graphics card, a 4TB external hard drive, 2TB primary hard drive and a 500GB secondary hard drive with a 500GB SSD. As a suggestion, I would like you to install a light blue color LED strip on the backside of the table, which will give a nice glow to your whole setup, and try to arrange the wires or use some cable ties and then tie them up together as one single wire, which will give you a new clean look. All that is the suggestion that I would like to give you. Anyways, Vishal Singh, thanks for participating. So these were our 5 participants for the second episode of PC Setup Wars. Now YouTube has removed the option of polling through the I button in the video, so you can just go to the comment section. I have typed name of the 5 participants. You can just give a like to the comment for whichever participant you would like to vote for, and then with that we'll count how many likes which participant has received, and there we can find who is the winner. So that's all for this video. If interested, make sure to take part in this PC Setup Wars. Link is down in the video description where you can get all details and see how can you participate. Anyways, thanks for watching.